right. Hey, everybody. We are live. Welcome to Spooky Monday. Let me put in the live chat. Go. All right. Anybody want us to say hi in chat? Go right ahead. I've got both my monitors up and going so I can see what I'm reacting to, and I can also look over here and see who's in chat too. So yeah. All right, guys, it is the Halloween week. Man, I cannot believe it has come this quick. It almost seemed like yesterday it was like September and football season started. Oh boy. Well, we're going to do some more reaction videos today about my home state, Oklahoma. And then we'll probably do a couple, and then we'll do some familiar faces too. I'm sorry I haven't done too many. I've been pretty busy, trying to satisfy, trying to help my dad around the house, and then juggling that and trying to do what I want to do, and then also trying to job hunt. That's kind of a busy schedule for me right now, so I will say this. Ooh, I'm gonna have to. Ooh, excuse me, guys. Hang on. I'm gonna have to. Ooh, dang. I'm gonna have to. Good thing I checked that. Need to shrink that. Good heavens. Yeah, check that. There we go. There we go. Sorry, guys. I had to shrink it a little bit. It wasn't fitting. But between all that, I've been pretty busy. Now, got a phone call today that's not exactly the best news, but OG decided to go with somebody else, so one of their interns. But the nice thing was, they really appreciated me coming, and they really liked the way I handled things, how professional I was, and the guy who's looking into jobs for me, said they have already said, hey, if something comes up in the meantime, they are more than willing to give me a call and let me know, hey, this is open. You want to come interview for this? To which, hey, that's good news. It's things are starting to look up a little bit. They're not like they were in the old days. I think a lot of people are starting to realize, hey, you know, we better start hiring people no matter what. So, anywho, and also my friend who's got my back, who's looking, who's job searching, who's career searching for me. I was going to try and see if I can't get back with a few other companies and see if they won't take me for something at least. I have not. They've got a few other companies they want me to look at and see if I can apply for. So yeah, it's not like I'm up the creek without a paddle, but I'm with my dad. Sooner or later, if something doesn't come up, I'm just gonna have to find me something. Whether it be, whether it be just a regular 9 to 5 job, or if I can, or one of the jobs I've been thinking about is maybe going to be being a trucker. So never know, because one of the guys I was talking to when I was working with Cody at K&S Electric said, "Hey, you guys, dude, you're more trucker material, dude. You're built more like a trucker. So hey, you never know." My dad basically told me, "Hey, son, just find you something that you enjoy doing. That's all that I care about." which I appreciate as well. So, anywho, enough of that. Like I said before, I don't know whether she will have anything this Halloween or not. And if she doesn't, that's fine. But, guys, keep sending your love to Vanna Melon. Keep sending your love to Vanna Melon. You guys probably already know what's going on for those of you who have visited her site and seen her latest video, but I won't say any more because I'll let the video speak for itself. Just send her some positive vibes, okay? Send her some positive comments, some words of encouragement, things like that. I appreciate if you guys keep me in your prayers. Also, hey, if you guys want me to stay on YouTube and keep posting videos for you to enjoy, hey, spread the word. Spread the word. Get me to at least 500 or at least 1,000 subscribers. 500 at least. That way YouTube can look at me and say, oh, okay, he's getting attention, so maybe we ought to start taking him seriously. So if you guys want me to stay on here and stay a YouTuber, you guys are going to have to work too. You guys are going to have to spread the word. You guys are going to have to tell people, hey, this guy can use some help. So, anyway, now that that's settled, onward to our first video. Oh, yes, already, I wasn't lazy this time. Links to the original videos are already in the description box below on the broadcast. If you want to go and watch those without my commentating, you're fine. You're not going to hurt my feelings. Be sure and like and subscribe to the channels that have these if you like what you see. So, without further ado, we're going to start off with Haunted Places in Oklahoma by Fright Night. Okay. You guys ready? I know I am. So, without further ado, away we go.
From prestigious museums whose statues purportedly come to life after dark, to historic mansion homes stalked by the restless spirits of their many past inhabitants, are you sure you're ready to brave our picks for some of the most haunted places in Oklahoma? Number 5, Gage's Steakhouse. Gage's Steakhouse, which is located off of West Oklahoma Avenue out of Guthrie, Oklahoma, is...
Oh, I know where Guthrie, Oklahoma is. Turn this up a little bit so I can hear what's going on. Yeah, I know where Guthrie, Oklahoma is. Oh, man. I used to live not too far from there.
Is a former railroad station turned restaurant. Its accommodating structure is the old Santa Fe Depot of Guthrie, which is iconic to the whole of the Guthrie Historic District. Historically, through the 1800s, the railroad industry would boom, with the first tracks reaching Guthrie doing so in 1887 to meet a pre-designed train depot. Later, in 1903, our current two-story brick Santa Fe station was completed, and was utilized in the housing of passenger services, mail services, and even offered employee living quarters and a newsstand. At the turn of the 1900s, when Guthrie still acted as the capital of the Oklahoma Territory, up to 40 trains were swinging through its station daily, and at one point, the establishment even held a Harvey House restaurant. However, following the 1910 transfer of the new state of Oklahoma's capital to Oklahoma City instead, and decades of improvements and growing popularity in automobile travel, in 1979, the station would close to passenger services, shortly before its eventual restoration and transformation into restaurant and event space. In the present, the old Santa Fe Depot of Guthrie remains open, housing Gage's Steakhouse while offering event space and a small collection of memorabilia. The most famous ghost story associated to this weathered property surrounds Pearl Harvey, wife of the infamous Fred Harvey of the iconic Harvey House restaurants. As it's told, Pearl enjoyed her time at the old Guthrie Depot and even considered it as she would a second home. It's said she loved it so much, in fact, that following her death, her spirit might just have found its way back to the beloved its site. To date, both staff and guests at Gage's have reported encounters with a woman clad in a Victorian dress that bears a likeness to Pearl, and who's usually either sighted in upstairs windows looking out over the tracks, or within a room it's believed was hers long ago. Number 4, the Philbrook Museum of Art.
I know where that is.
The Philbrook Museum of Art, which is located off of South Rockford Road out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, is a renowned gallery and place of learning offering 9 separate collections from across the globe.
Yeah, I know where that is. My dad and I, we go to Tulsa. We go to Tulsa every once in a while. So yeah, my dad used to work in Tulsa. Hopefully, maybe if everything goes well, that's where I'll be working too. But yeah, oh yeah, this looks very familiar.
Cornerstone of which focuses on native arts such as basketry, pottery, paintings, and jewelry, alongside a sweeping formal gardens. Historically, the structure that now holds our Philbrook Museum was initially built in 1927 as an Italian Renaissance villa-styled home for oil painter Wade Phillips and his wife Genevieve. In 1938, the Phillips would donate their Villa Philbrook and its lands to the city of Tulsa. A year later, in 1939, the Philbrook Museum of Art would open under first director Eugene Kingman. In 1940, studio art classes were started on site, and in 1941, a touring program for children was established, which over time would eventually lead to the 1949 opening of the Children's Museum. In 1969, and in response to a rising number of attendees to the aforementioned studio art classes, the museum would welcome the addition of a new wing, and in 1990, the site would see another expansion in the form of the 70,000 square foot Kravis wing, which includes exhibition space, a public entry rotunda, a museum school, library, an expanded shop and event space, and a restaurant that seats up to 100. The Philbrook Museum of Art remains open into the present, offering a mass assortment of antiquities from around the world, a range of special events and classes, and of course, touring options. While it's unknown who or what exactly haunts the Philbrook, this prestigious old property has long been shrouded in stories of the supernatural, with those frequenting its bounds reporting extreme cold spots, disembodied scratching and knocking noises, and encounters with shadowy apparitions that stalk the living. Several informal investigations of the museum have yielded high EMF levels, chilling EVPs, and malfunctions with well-maintained equipment, while others have documented lights flicking on and off throughout the halls when no one else is around. What are easily some of the most disturbing tales to emerge from the Philbrook involve its many statues, with more innocent accounts telling of their eyes or heads moving to follow those who pass, and
Whoa. Okay, that's creepy.
increasingly terrifying claims involving these creations actually dismounting their displays before lumbering ominously around the building. Number 3, Fort Reno. Fort Reno, which is located off of West Cheyenne Street, just out of El Reno, Oklahoma, is a former U.S. Army cavalry outpost that derives its name in honor of General Jesse L. Reno, who died at the Battle of South Mountain through the American Civil War. Historically, through early July of 1874, what would soon become Fort Reno would begin as nothing more than a temporary encampment and defense for the nearby Darlington Agency, which required protection from a native uprising that would eventually lead to the Red River War. And following local conflict, by July 15th, Fort Reno was officiated. Preceding Oklahoma's statehood in 1907, the following year, on February 24th of 1908, the post would be left abandoned, save for acting as a quartermaster's remount depot. Through World War II, German and Italian POWs would be held on site. In 1949, Army operations at the fort would cease entirely, following which it would be transferred to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, who utilizes the expanse for its grazing lands research laboratory. And in 1970, Fort Reno was added to the National Register of Historic Places. Through the 1990s, the fort was open to the public, and while 6,740 acres of its bounds remain property of the U.S. Department of Agriculture for its grazing lands, available open space does include a visitor center, which is operated under the non-profit Historic Fort Reno Incorporated. Fort Reno remains open into the present, offering its interpretive center a range of exhibits and memorabilia, and touring options of both the historic and haunted varieties, and rightfully so, as the whole of this weathered defense is purported to harbor a range of restless spirits, with both staff and visitors reporting extreme cold spots, disembodied voices and footsteps, and orbs and half-formed silhouettes captured in the backgrounds of photography. The Fort Reno Cemetery holds the remains of pioneer citizens, of military personnel, of the the victims of various disputes, of POWs that died near, and even of one Ben Clark, who was actually a frontier scout for George Armstrong Custer and Philip Sheridan. And those who have braved the old yard have told of odd electrical malfunctions, of run-ins with shadowy figures and with ghostly children that frolic eerily about, and of encounters with a range of apparitions in clothing spanning the eras. Lastly, through the locale, and namely after dark, both locals and visitors have reported phantom gunfire, orders shouted by otherworldly voices, and ghostly soldiers observed marching about. Number 2, the Henry Overholser Mansion. The Henry Overholser Mansion, which is located off of Northwest 15th Street out of the Heritage Hills neighborhood of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, is a prominent historic abode that's widely recognized as the city's first mansion. Historically, the significant estate would be completed in 1903 under none other than the father of Oklahoma City himself, Henry Overholser, alongside his wife Anna. Sadly, Henry would pass on in 1915, after which he would leave his home to Anna and their daughter, also strangely Henry. In 1926, Ms. Henry Ione Overholser would marry one David Berry. In 1937, Anna would transfer ownership of the property to Henry and David, and following, she would continue to reside on site with the couple until her death in 1940. Following Henry Ione's death in 1959, the mansion would be transferred to Mr. Berry, after which David would sell the home and its belongings to the Oklahoma chapter of American Institute of Architects and Historical Preservation Incorporated, who in turn would turn the expanse over to the state, with the Oklahoma Historical Society managing its bounds from 1982 to 2003, and Preservation Oklahoma taking the reins from 2003 and onward. More recently, in 2015, the Overholser Mansion would welcome a full restoration. The mansion remains open into the present, offering tours, event space, and, according to local legends, its fair share of paranormal activity, with those braving its grounds reporting footsteps heard from empty spaces, disembodied voices that emanate from thin air, and instances in which motion detectors or alarms are set off inexplicably after dark. Some more popular stories claim the ghost of the former Queen of Oklahoma City herself, Anna Overholser, still wanders about her old family abode, and both staff and visitors have told of catching small glimpses of an ethereal woman in a white gown with her hair up, who matches Anna's description, and who's usually spied drifting about in an otherworldly manner. Also reported across mansion grounds are instances of staff having their names called from empty rooms, of doors opening and closing on their own, of objects sighted moving about inexplicably, of ghostly faces materializing in windows and reflections, and of the unnerving feelings of being watched, of being followed, of being touched, of being grabbed, or even of having one's hair pulled by something unseen.
Now, look at that. Now, that's the type of stuff I'd like to design. If I were a ghost, I would definitely haunt something like that. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Wow.
A spectral little boy has been spied always seemingly just rounding corners or disappearing from sight, and several other entities matching various Overholsers or family friends have been observed roaming about.
Ooh.
Number 1, Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Oh, Durant.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University, which is located on a 269-acre campus based out of Durant, Oklahoma, is a public institution that's earned renown for both its acclaimed aviation and teacher education programs. Historically, on June 14th of 1909, Southeastern would open its doors to students as a simple college, with initial school proceedings housed out of temporary quarters pending the January 1911 completion of Morrison Hall, which has also long been known as the Administration Building. In 1921, this early school would be elevated to a 4-year college, after which it would re-establish itself as the Southeastern State Teachers College. In 1928, construction of the site's first library, now the Henry G. Bennett Memorial Library, was completed, and in 1939, the whole of the college was expanded upon and would re-officiate itself as Southern State College, with new courses offering non-education related Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science degrees. Subsequently, following years of additional expansions to its infrastructure, Southeastern would be elevated once more in 1974 to university status. Southeastern Oklahoma State University remains open into the present, boasting an enrollment of 5,400 students, while offering 3 separate academic schools, being of arts and sciences, of business, and of education and behavioral science. While Southeastern totes a much smaller enrollment than some of the other schools we've covered in the past, make no mistake, it's just as chock full of campus legends and horror stories as many of our larger universities, with fables persisting through generations of
Wow,
alumni.
look at
Some
that.
tell the Hallie McKinney dorm building is haunted by the
That's a
energy
school
of the
building.
thousands of students to pass through it, and within, many report footsteps heard from vacant spaces, disembodied voices that emanate from thin air, and objects sighted moving around on their own. Faucets and showers are often found turned on inexplicably, while several have returned to various rooms to find furniture completely rearranged in under impossible timeframes. Other popular legends surround Montgomery Auditorium within the Morrison Building, where it's told two separate presences wander. The first is rumored to be that of either a young woman or of a little boy, depending on who you ask, that supposedly died in the building's basement pool through the early 20th century, and whose spirit, it's claimed, remains in said space. Morrison's second ghost purportedly belongs to a worker who fell from scaffolding during a 1950s renovation and who died on impact.
Ooh.
Chillingly, those who were questioned following this worker's demise were actually documented as stating that he hadn't slipped, but rather that it had appeared as if something had scared him, leading many to speculate it's possible he was startled by the hall's first ghost. On a side note, if this were the case, it would actually surprisingly mark one of our first ghost murders. Pretty spooky stuff. This latter presence has been known to follow the living around, opening and closing doors while creating strange sounds. Lastly, the third floor of the Shearer Hall dorms is always locked, and common campus lore dictates it's because of all the ghostly happenings that transpired there through the years. One story tells that long ago, a young student's heart was broken by her boyfriend, resulting in her taking her own life right at Shearer, and also in her restless spirit becoming trapped on site. Another tale tells long ago, a young man who lived within the dorm shot several students before turning his gun on himself. Whatever the case, students and faculty who have managed to peek the third floor have told of spook lights that drift about after dark, of disembodied footsteps, and of the unnerving sounds of what seems to be something heavy being dragged somewhere out of sight. Taking its intriguing history into account and coupling it with such a formidable slew of purported hauntings and the aforementioned worker who might have actually been killed courtesy of one of the school's resident ghosts, we felt there really was no better choice than Southeastern Oklahoma State University as our pick for the most haunted place in Oklahoma. Thanks for tuning in for this list of some of the most haunted places in Oklahoma. If you enjoyed hearing our histories and ghost stories, subscribe to our channel, like this upload, and share us with anyone you feel could use a good scare. We'll catch you all next time.
All right. All right. Well, there's the first one. Got through that one. Wow. I think the thing that always impresses me, whether it's where I come from or where it's where somebody else comes from or some of the other places in America, I think what impresses me so much are the old old buildings that are still up and erect and are still as strong today as they were when they were first built. And it's just some of the houses that are still around, like the old Victorian houses and things like that. It's just, that was back when people knew how to build, or not when people knew how to build. Back when people weren't afraid to get their hands dirty. Then when they knew what hard work was, they put in a lot more effort into things. I don't know, guys. Let's see. All right. Here's the next one. Abandoned asylum in the heart of Oklahoma. Ooh. This looks creepy. Well, you guys ready? I know I am. So without further ado, away we go.
Okay, check out this old brick building in Norman, Oklahoma.
Oh man.
I don't know what this building was used for,
Norman.
but it looks condemned.
I know exactly where that is. That's where the University of Oklahoma is. OU. Yeah, that's our base. That's our football team. Oh man, yeah, I know exactly where it is. I've been to Norman several times.
It's definitely abandoned. The windows are boarded up, stuff like that. So I'm gonna walk around and just see. And there's a sign that says state property. So I guess the state of Oklahoma now controls this or something. Wow.
Wow, look at that. Look at that. Those cages, you'll see. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that little insignia up here says American Legion. This is a really cool wooden door.
Wow, look at that.
And look at that metal work.
Yeah. You can tell somebody worked real hard on that.
Very interesting.
State property.
This one as well.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. State property, no trespassing, violators.
I bet the inside of this place looks insane. All right. It's a beautiful spring day in Oklahoma and laid by Fletcher Odell, Pledger, Post American Legion of Oklahoma, Cleveland County, Stanley L. Moore, Post Commander, Post 88,
wow.
March 22nd, 1936.
Wow.
1936. Let's see here. (1936) was nearly 100 years ago at this point, which is crazy.
Pretty much.
Nearly 90 years ago. And
go that way.
That was during the Great Depression before World War II. Anyways, I was saying it's a beautiful day in Oklahoma. It's actually a little cool. It feels warm to me, but it's a little cool. The temperature dropped over 30 degrees between yesterday and today. Yesterday it was nearly 90. Today, the high was in the low 60s or upper 50s, something like that. So it's much cooler today. There was a cold front.
That's Oklahoma weather for you.
But
yeah, Will
this
Rogers
building over here
said about the weather in Oklahoma. Wait about 5 or 6 minutes and it'll change for you.
Looks even crazier. There's like metal cages.
Yeah.
Behind those big pillars, and you can see obviously the windows.
Oh, spoiler! The cages were to keep people from jumping. Oh my gosh! Ooh,
are messed up.
That is creepy.
It's an impressive looking building.
Ooh, keep them from jumping.
So here on the north side of the building, as you can tell, this is flooded. This is completely flooded.
That's not good.
That's a little spooky.
That is spooky. I definitely wouldn't want to go exploring in there. I'd definitely take a water pump to that first. Oh man, then wait for it to dry. Yeah, somebody tried to break in. Wow, look at that. Auditorium of some sort.
So I just got a glimpse of the interior through that little crack in the window, and that was very interesting.
Yes, it was.
Very interesting. I'm not sure what to make of it, but it looks grand.
Well,
Just want to check out the other building over here, just to the west. These other ruins. Again, it's state property.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't look like as grand of a structure in terms of the, I don't know what the word is, but the other building was very like Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade type style.
Oh, yeah.
In the interior, at least, from what it looked like. At least it had some sort of very traditional architectural aspects.
Oh, yeah.
This one just looks like more of a brick building, although and the front did have those Greek or Roman pillars.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. Oh, man, what a shame. The window's broken.
You can see the difference between the other building and then this building over here. This one is flat topped. It's almost in the style of a school or a residential building or an asylum.
Hey, Sean, how's it going? Nice to see you on high back.
I don't know, but it is more uniform.
Oh, look at that. Almost looks like solitary confinement or something. Definitely a cell of some sort. Something, I don't know. Maybe an office. Looks like some important papers.
It's just got the perfect amount of vines growing on the walls.
Uh-huh.
It's Eastern redbud.
Oh, look at that.
Think of all the stories people that were here have to tell.
Probably.
Or had to tell. I don't know exactly what went on. I will do some research. I'm sure there's an easy answer. There's a basketball hoop. There's some kitchens in there. Like, it's got to be some sort of, living quarters of some kind. But I'm not sure. But anyways, these were just off of a pretty well-trafficked road in Norman, Oklahoma. south of Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Yeah, Norman's not too far from Oklahoma City.
And it is now left to rot. These buildings are left to waste away. They are no longer maintained. Okay, after some light Google research, I have learned that this was an insane asylum.
Oh, man.
So I've got to do a lot more research because I'm sure lots of crazy things happened in here. This was the first building we looked at. And I'll be back real quick with some more information. Okay, really fascinating story. This was an insane asylum, but first, it was a women's school. It was a school for women. It was built in the late 1800s, but in 1899, the women's school realized they could not compete with the University of Oklahoma. We are in Norman after all, so the University of Oklahoma is nearby. They couldn't compete, so they sold it to the Oklahoma Sanitation Company. Sanatorium, let me just double check.
Yeah.
The Oklahoma Sanitarium Company. That makes more sense. Sanitarium Company. Okay, so it's a mental institution. It's an insane asylum, basically.
It's a loony bin.
And they owned this place until 1915. But prior to 1899, there was no place in Oklahoma then known as Indian Territory. This was Indian Territory. Oklahoma means land of the red people or land of the redskins.
Right.
It was the designated large Indian reservation west of the Mississippi for the longest time, until bits of land were sold off to white people.
Right.
So prior to 1899, there was no place for what they called violently insane people to go to. In fact, all mentally ill people, all people they deemed necessary to be in an insane asylum, they were sent to Illinois to be taken care of, or not taken care of, or to be locked up, whatever, however you see it. Okay, so anyways, though, after the state of Oklahoma took over in 1915, that was actually when they passed an act known as the Lunacy Bill. And so that's when they developed their statewide mental institution system, I suppose. And yeah, I should note that they, in 1899, the Sanitarium Company hired a psychiatrist that actually served here until 1950. So he served for 51 years.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Wow.
Apparently this place is patrolled by security and monitored by video surveillance, so you shouldn't enter, and I did not enter, so yeah. It's a very interesting place. This building did serve different purposes after it ceased to exist as an asylum. I just don't know that post-history very well, but you can do plenty of research on it online. All right, there you go. That was the first building. One last note. In the early 2000s, this building was actually looked at being restored, but it proved too costly, way too costly, and so it was never restored. In November of 2010, arson happened here, and so it was burned. It was burned first and second floors. Fires were set. Firefighters responded. But so anyways, there was a fire here in the year 2010, so about 13 years ago, nearly 13 years ago. Guys, I just learned that those metal bars we saw in the other building, that was used also to contain mentally ill people.
Keep them jumping.
Apparently they did all sorts of things like lobotomies, water therapy, electric therapy. So that was another insane asylum, and at least it was another building used to treat insane people. So yeah, those cages that I pointed out earlier, that I showed earlier in the video, those were used for crazy people, or who they thought they were crazy. Who knows if they were really crazy. All right, so both of those buildings that we saw were used at some point to treat mentally crazy, insane, ill people.
Yeah.
I mean, they called them insane, they called them crazy. I don't know if they were actually crazy or insane, but they were in a mental institution, and both of those buildings were used for that purpose. Crazy history. I'm sure there's plenty more. I barely scratched the surface, but yeah, this is right in the middle of Norman. People pass by those buildings every single day.
Wow.
I wonder how many of them actually know what it is. Maybe a lot of them do. I'm not from here, so I don't know for sure. But anyways, there you go. Abandoned buildings in Norman with a crazy history. Crazy mental institution past.
Well, there we go. There's that one. There's that one done. Okay. So, guys, I've got to take a quick break real quick. I will be right back. All right. All right. All right, here we go. There's that taken care of. Now, let's see. All right. Sounds good, Sean. All right, guys. Now on to the next video. What we're going to do is we're going to the King of Creepy, King Frostmare, or Frostmare TV, whichever one. Same guy, same person. These are the scariest events that got caught on video. All right, you guys ready? I know I am. So without further ado, away we go.
Celeste Castro recently shared a chilling experience she captured while home alone in the early hours of the morning. Shortly after midnight, she began hearing strange noises coming from her living room, and what she encountered next left her terrified.
Ooh.
No. No mames, no sé qué hacer ya, no sé qué hacer.
Something opening. Ooh.
O sea, literal se escuchó donde abrieron una puerta. No mames, no mames. Eso no estaba tirado ahorita. No mames, güey, no mames, está abierta la puta puerta.
Doors open.
Ay, no. Voy a cerrar la puerta. No hay nadie, o sea, no hay nadie. No hay nadie. Voy a cerrar la puerta y le voy a poner seguro porque la neta se supone, no hay nadie, literal, no hay nadie en plebes. O sea, no sé qué voy a hacer. El celular está grabando aquí. A ver si capta algo, porque la neta ya me harté de que estén pasando cosas y no sepa qué es. La voy a dejar grabando y me voy a ir al cuarto. Me da mucho miedo, me da mucho miedo ver lo que hay. No mames. Se escuchó como que algo así despacito. Y vamos a ver. No mames. 16 minutos. Yo quiero saber lo que realmente pasó. No se ve nada. Pero fíjate. Como por ahí. No mames, no mames, no mames. No mames, no mames. No mames, güey, no mames. ¿Qué vergas es eso? ¿Qué vergas es eso? Me está dando miedo. Te lo juro que estoy temblando. ¡No! ¡No mames! ¡No mames!
As she cautiously investigated, Celeste was startled when she saw something briefly peek out from behind her kitchen refrigerator. That was enough to send her running out of the house in fear. She decided to spend the rest of the night at her cousin's place. To this day, Celeste admits that she has no idea what she recorded on her phone that night. Interestingly, she also notes that nothing unusual or out of the ordinary has occurred in her home since that incident. Whether this experience was a one-time event or a prelude to something more, only time will tell. We'll have to wait and see if Celeste provides any further updates on her unsettling encounter. This recording was taken on a highway. A motorcyclist states that he was heading back.
Might have been a wayward spirit, or, it might have been an intruder. I don't know. That's even creepier if it was an intruder. I don't know.
Back home and decided to take a toll road to get there a bit faster, but something quite curious caught his attention on the way home. It was around 10:51 p.m. and the area seemed completely deserted. After about 30 minutes of riding, he notices something quite strange in the distance, something that sent chills down his spine. A mysterious woman is seen walking on the right side of that highway. It is uncertain where she was heading. The driver also states that it was quite eerie how she was moving her arms. Apparently, he felt a chill when passing her by and decided to get out of there as fast as he could. Many people who watched this recording commented that it could possibly be the spirit of someone who may have lost their life in this place, or perhaps a person with a mental illness, because who in their right mind would be walking on a road like that, completely alone? Certainly strange.
It is strange.
The next video was forwarded by Mania Trent, and it is said that in the following clip, a security camera in the Broadway Palace apartment complex in Los Angeles might have caught an actual ghost. User Pooperness has shared the following video. Apparently the user, who works as a security officer, noticed something really strange on one of the lower security cameras. In his own words, he tries to explain what he saw that night. I recorded this from the CCTV at my job, and they fired me for it.
Really?
I usually don't believe in ghosts, but this video is creepy. I recorded it around midnight on March 12th.
Wow. Oh yeah, I remember this. So there, and then all of a sudden...
It does look a bit strange, doesn't it? Of course, you never
does.
know if it wasn't an insect or something. But many people commented on the fact that this ghost boy, or whatever it was, seemed to be walking towards the corner and then just vanished.
Yeah.
Which is really strange, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I don't think it was an insect.
Are we looking at a paranormal incident here?
I think
Or what
we
was
are.
going on that night? The following video was uploaded by a young man who loves to capture departing and arriving trains. One of his favorite spots is an older bridge from where he can oversee the entirety of the train tracks and therefore can capture some really great footage. Interestingly enough, this area is said to be home to several strange events. Legends speak of a ghost train that can be seen ever so often as it's making its way through the area. The following night, the man saw an extremely bright light at the end of the tracks and started recording in anticipation.
Bright light. And it's gone.
The lights suddenly vanish, and there's no train coming towards his direction. But as weird as this is, there was something else going on the train tracks.
Ooh, what is that? Might just be a person, but it doesn't look like it. It's two. Oh, there's several of them.
The men also captured two of the spirits that are said to roam the area at night. Apparently, there have been several unfortunate accidents over the last decades, making many of his viewers believe that this actually were two of these eternal visitors. Hard to say what transpired here that night, but it's certainly very mysterious.
That was weird.
The following video was submitted by Antonio. A family embarks on a late-night drive, unaware of the otherworldly enigma awaiting them. Little did they know their journey would take an unexpected turn, and it was an evening they would never forget. Something peculiar materializes right in front of their vehicle.
Aku nampak dua orang. Ada bukan dua orang tau.
Kau nampak kan?
Ya. Itu hidung.
Ada orang sering. Okey.
Ada weh dah sana.
Mana?
Ha, tak ada. Ada. Ha, tu.
Whoa. What in the world?
Watch closely as an eerie figure emerges from the darkness. Was it a spirit yearning for release or a mere illusion? A white cloth-like apparition comes into view, seemingly suspended in midair on that desolate road. But the weirdness doesn't end there. In a swift motion, it flutters past the car, leaving the family paralyzed with fear and in disbelief. Its true form remains shrouded in darkness, raising more questions than answers. Our curiosity lingers as we ponder what exactly did they encounter that fateful night.
That's weird. That is absolutely weird.
This is a recording of a group of friends, and we see them having a rather pleasant time in what appears to be a park. Apparently, they didn't notice anything out of the ordinary at the time, but once home, they saw that something else was present. Deep in the background of the scene, we can see a disturbing figure. It seems to be hunched over and appears to be completely pale.
Oh, yeah.
And perhaps wasn't wearing any clothing. What's horrifying is their way of walking, and above all, their intriguing morphology. What are we seeing here? Some people commented that without a doubt it could be a humanoid creature, maybe a skinwalker. Others argued that it might simply be a regular person who snuck onto the recording. Could it even have been something paranormal? Let me know what you think.
Now look at that. It's the back. And he's in the back. Yeah, I know. You look, you're right there in the back. Yeah, you don't see it too well in this one, but yeah. And it just disappears. Yep. Wow.
The following clip was shared by Caters, and it was captured by Dan Litchfield and his team. They were investigating a supposedly paranormal hotspot in Mansfield, Knott's, which is called the Village. It would appear that during their investigation, their camera might have captured a shadowy figure standing in the background and possibly looking at the team. The team is sure that this couldn't have been a piece of furniture or other item that was placed there. Legends tell of several monks that were seeking refuge in this place, and that many of them found a tragic end in there during the dissolution of the monasteries. Do you think they could have captured one of the spirits here? Or are we just seeing things?
One of their friends dressed up. I don't know. But
Now we want to take a look at one of Franco TV's latest adventures. He had his friend Jairo with him, and together they were preparing a YouTube live session in which they were exploring a graveyard in the middle of the night.
Oh, joy!
While many consider this a scary situation already, it is the things that we might not see at the time that make these experiences even more creepy. Now let's listen in for a moment.
Just look around. So if you see anything cold or anything weird or creepy, that legit sound like a voice.
You did, right?
After playing around with the K2 meter and the thermal camera, they hear the first unusual noise.
Let's keep walking because I want to make sure there's no like wires underneath.
Oh, oh.
Hold on. Sorry, I didn't mean to blind you. Yeah, I'm like at a solid orange. Or 2.5 to a 10. Where did that sound like it came from? Was it from back there?
Yeah.
Or from over here?
It sounds from over there. That's what I thought.
Then they make it into a dark crypt and see if they can hear that noise again.
Okay, so I'm going to be as respectful as I can. Is there anybody here with me inside this tomb?
Probably. Hello? Hello?
You heard that? Is that a bird? I hope so.
They didn't figure out where exactly the noise came from. Maybe it was an animal. Maybe another person on the graveyard, perhaps.
Eating me alive. I was going out to the cemetery that I love to explore around at night, but it's lightning way too bad down here. Don't play with lightning.
No.
Some viewers claimed that they saw a figure standing at the end of this pathway, but we can't be sure that it isn't just a headstone, can we? Franco didn't see it at the time, but then there was something else that remained unseen until Franco's viewers pointed it out way later.
Hence that old lady, which is terrifying. All right, you ready to go back in?
Yeah.
We'll go. How's my battery life on this? I'm at 62% right now.
A semi-transparent apparition is manifesting on the pathway the moment Franco is walking by, and it looks like as if it is passing towards the right, and it can be seen once more after Franco is panning the camera towards the right again. Could he capture the spirit of a deceased one here? Truly magnificent capture.
It followed me.
This unsettling encounter was shared by Foul Mittens, who revealed that he noticed something creepy following him home from the woods late one night.
Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that. 2 pairs of glowing eyes. What is this? Must be his dog, but oh my god, what is that?
Filled with fear and uncertainty, he had no idea what this mysterious presence could be. This is where he began recording the video, hoping to capture evidence of the eerie experience.
It's definitely a predator of some sort.
Whether the entity eventually vanished or continued to follow him remains unclear. However, one thing is certain, this situation would have terrified most of us just as much. The unknown can be deeply unsettling, and this encounter is no exception. Homesteading Off the Grid recently shared a chilling discovery from their trail camera. The footage captured something truly unsettling near their lodge. An eerie figure that appears to be crawling on its knees, staring intently at their home. The sight of this mysterious being has left the entire family deeply disturbed and on edge. The figure's appearance is terrifying, and the fact that it was wandering alone through the forest in the middle of the night makes the situation even more alarming. The family is baffled and has no explanation for what this creature might be or why it was lurking around their property. The true nature of what was caught on camera remains a mystery, leaving everyone with more questions than answers.
Yeah. Whoa, what is that?
This video was recorded by the dashcam of a man who was visiting the infamous Gettysburg terrified, left the entire family deeply disturbed and on edge. The figure's appearance is terrifying, and the fact that it was wandering alone through the forest in the middle of the night makes the situation even more alarming. The family is baffled and has no explanation for what this creature might be or why it was lurking around their property. The true nature of what was caught on camera remains a mystery, leaving everyone with more questions than answers.
Yeah, what the heck?
This video was recorded by the dashcam of a man who was visiting the infamous Gettysburg Cemetery one night. There have been numerous creepy videos that freak people out over the years.
Or a mountain lion.
In this case, the driver of the car was parked and didn't see anything himself at the time. His dashcam, however, kept recording, and after reviewing the footage, it turned out that he might not have been alone after all.
Oh, look at that. We got us some Gettysburg ghosts. We got us some Civil War ghosts. There. Looks like looks like he's in the uniform of the looks like he has the uniform of an artilleryman.
To some, it looks like the spirit of a man is walking past the cannon to the right, a man that is wearing an old uniform. It is quite hard to come up with an explanation for this recording,
Yes,
if it wasn't staged, of course.
See, 1 minute he's there and he's not.
Could this man capture a spirit, possibly reliving his days on the battlefield? What do you think?
Yeah, that's just a spirit that.
The next video was captured in the basement of Mark and shared on his channel Donnie Drunkard. He's documenting the haunting in his home for several years now, and I highly recommend you check him out. He was attempting to contact the spirit world once again, and the following video was part of a live stream that Mark had conducted. It was broadcasted live on his channel at the time.
Come.
And what's interesting about this recording is that a viewer of his noticed an odd anomaly the second that Mark is switching the light on.
Damn, it's darkening. Oh, that's right. I remember seeing this. I remember seeing this. This is weird. This is creepy. Just over here. Just over here. There's nothing. Nothing at all. As far as it knows. Damn, it's darkening. Yeah.
We can see something that looks like a weird shadow apparition disappearing into the floor. It's almost impossible to make it out without slowing the footage down. But I'm 100% convinced that this thing is related to all the paranormal encounters in his home. Pretty eerie.
Yeah, what's those?
This video was recorded
Look at that again.
to weird shadow.
Yeah, what is...
We can see something that looks like a weird shadow apparition disappearing into the floor. It's almost impossible to make it out without slowing the footage down.
If that's CGI that he's
But I'm
doing...
100% convinced that this thing is related to all the paranormal encounters in his home.
It is.
Pretty eerie.
Yeah, I mean, if that's CGI, if that is CGI, that's one hell of a CGI job. That's incredible.
This video was recorded by an urban explorer who shared this short adventure on his channel, Rafi Kishmu. He also uploads a lot of other videos there from his daily life, but the following one I find is one of the most interesting. This evening he found an abandoned house, so he states at least. It isn't exactly clear where this property was located. And he's no ghost hunter by any means, and was certainly not expecting to find anything that would spook him that night. As he makes his way into the house though, he finds something unexpected in one of the derelict rooms. Let's take a look.
I just found this abandoned house, and I think I'm gonna go inside this thing. Wish me luck.
Okay, big question. Why are you going inside? Why are you going inside?
Hello? Dude. Oh my god. No.
He later stated that he saw the shadow apparition standing at the end of the wall, and that it looked like as if it was flickering.
Dude, that's
somehow.
creepy.
However, this was not picked up by the camera, which is odd. To me, it appears as if that thing is facing the wall before turning around and then running after him. Could Raffi catch a real shadow apparition here that was on the premises for whatever reason? Or did somebody just play a prank on him if it wasn't one of his own friends? Who knows?
Screaming baby.
Connor Finn was staying at the infamous Norbreck Hotel, which is said to be haunted by unseen forces. This night he decided to document his adventure. In the midst of night, which was around 3 a.m., he made it out of his room to check out the hallway, in which several strange sightings had been documented over the years. Now, what could he come up with?
Huh?
These benches everywhere. Noise doors a lot. This here. There's a lot of those benches. Whoa, my camera's really bloody. It's focused now.
He walked further down the hallway, and his camera seemed to have some interference issues all of a sudden. Strange.
There's another one.
Once he comes across this dark room, he gets startled by something terrifying.
Can make any kind of noise to let me know that someone's around. Maybe show yourself on camera. Do you not have the strength to show yourself?
My God. Oh my. That got me.
To show yourself?
My God.
The hotel staff stated the day after that they were not aware of any guest screaming in the night, and nobody else seems to have heard it, which is even weirder. Did he maybe come across a spirit? Or maybe just a person from the outside? What do you think? Now we look at the current updates of Alex Calvo. The man is living in the home of his late grandparents, who according to him seem to be haunting the premises ever so often.
Is there somebody in the laundry room right now? Are you a relative of mine?
In a lengthy video diary, Alex believes to have uncovered the reason for all these creepy events. He found a box with several items that are believed to belong to either his grandparents or distant members of the family from the 1800s. Alex states that his family seemed to be involved with ridding the world from evil entities, hence the reason for the strange assortment of stuff he uncovered. Then one night, Alex heard some strange noises originating from his home and was about to capture one of the scariest events to date.
Again, I'm hearing sounds up here, like somebody's moving around. This stuff's been happening, but as soon as I pull my phone out, everything stops. I don't know. I don't know. That thing vanished, and my camera stopped recording immediately. At the same time, it's gone.
Alex captured a creepy-looking figure seemingly turning away from the camera and then, based on his reports, just vanishing. Unfortunately, his camera stopped recording the second he saw this thing, which is pretty unfortunate to say the least. It looks like an old man with a dark coat on with no hair, and the facial features are really hard to make out. He believes that this is one of the creatures living in a different dimension that's still roaming through the house of his grandparents. Could this be? Video comes from Adrian Gomez, who does not usually post paranormal content. Rather, his channel features mostly nail art and some personal videos. However, this video he posted in 2020 is definitely creepy. Adrian captured this footage in his office from his new home. As you can see in the video, he hasn't even finished unpacking yet. Adrian hears some strange sounds coming from his new office and decides to film a bit and see if the camera will pick anything up to explain what he's hearing. Let's watch what he caught.
No manches. ¿Ves lo que se ve allá? ¿Qué es lo que qué se ve ahí? ¿Qué se ve? ¡Ay, no manches!
A small child can be seen peeking out from behind the wall, only briefly, and seems to disappear as soon as she realizes Adrian is there. This is no ordinary child, however. Her skin appears pale and gray, and her eyes shine in an inhumane way when she faces the camera. Adrian is sure that this is the spirit of a child, as no one was home at the time other than him. And there was no way for anyone to get in without him noticing. Ghost sightings of children can often be unnerving, as malicious spirits have often been known to take on the appearance of a young kid to appear less threatening. What do you think happened here? A negative energy? Maybe it was just a friend after all. Really hard to say. Mary has sent the following video. She tells me, "My friend and her 1-year-old daughter were in my bathroom when the little girl started pointing and talking to something in the corner that neither her mother nor I could see. So that's when I decided to open up my TikTok app and apply the ripple glitter effect. There seems to be a shadow of an arm in the curtain behind my friend. Right before that, I can see some sort of black fly across the screen. Mary didn't tell me if there was any more paranormal activity unfolding in their home, but nobody could explain these sightings this evening. Mysterious.
Well, how about that? Let's look at that again. How about that, guys?
But nobody could explain these if the
Oh, yeah, this
black arm
one.
where Mary
Sorry
had
about that, guys.
malicious spirits had out him know that the camera appears pale realizes little feet. The second reports the creepy looking figure seemingly turning away from the camera
Immediately.
There's where I was. Oh, yeah, he's peeking around the corner. Ooh, we got his face. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to gnaw it off.
Is there somebody in the laundry room right now? Are you a relative of mine?
In a lengthy video diary, Alex believes to have uncovered the reason for all these creepy events. He found a box with several items that are believed to belong to either his grandparents or distant members of the family from the 1800s. Alex states that his family seemed to be involved with ridding the world from evil entities, hence the reason for the strange assortment of stuff he uncovered. Then one night, Alex heard some strange...
I remember this one. I've seen this one before.
Strange noises originating from his home and was about to capture one of the scariest events to date.
Again, hearing sounds up here, like somebody's moving around. This stuff's been happening, but as soon as I pull my phone out, everything stops. I don't know. I don't know. That thing vanished, and my camera stopped recording immediately. At the same time, it's gone.
Ooh.
Alex captured a creepy-looking figure seemingly turning away from the camera and then, based on his reports, just vanishing. Unfortunately, his camera stopped recording the second he saw this thing, which is pretty unfortunate to say the least. It looks like an old man with a dark coat on with no hair, and the facial features are really hard to make out. He believes that this is one of the creatures living in a different dimension that's still roaming through the house of his grandparents. Could this be? Video comes from Adrian Gomez, who does not usually post paranormal content. Rather, his channel features mostly nail art and some personal videos. However, this video he posted in 2020 is definitely creepy. Adrian captured this footage in his office from his new home. As you can see in the video, he hasn't even finished unpacking yet. Adrian hears some strange sounds coming from his new office and decides to film a bit and see if the camera will pick anything up to explain what he's hearing. Let's watch what he caught.
No manches. ¿Ves lo que se ve allá? ¿Qué es lo que qué se ve ahí? ¿Qué se ve? Ay, no manches.
A small child can be seen peeking out from behind the wall, only briefly, and seems to disappear as soon as she realizes Adrian is there. This is no ordinary child, however. Her skin appears pale and gray, and her eyes shine in an inhumane way when she faces the camera. Adrian is sure that this is the spirit of a child, as no one was home at the time other than him. And there was no way for anyone to get in without him noticing. Ghost sightings of children can often be unnerving, as malicious spirits have often been known to take on the appearance of a young kid to appear less threatening. What do you think happened here? A negative energy? Maybe it was just a friend after all. Really hard to say.
Well, that's one of his friends played a prank on him. That's one heck of a prank.
Mary has sent the following video. She tells me, my friend and her one-year-old daughter were in my bathroom when the little girl started pointing and talking to something in the corner that neither her mother nor I could see. So that's when I decided to open up my TikTok app and apply the ripple glitter effect. There seems to be a shadow of an arm in the curtain behind my friend. Right before that, I can see some sort of black fly across the screen.
What?
Don't just answer them like that. Yeah, love that. Now, as the kid starts to get anxious, she said, "What? What? What is wrong with you, lady? Jeez." I was like, be more like, "What is it? What do you see? What do you see? What do you see, hun?" You know, don't treat your kids like that. You know, you act like that, they won't. If something's wrong, they won't want to come to you at all. You know. Ooh.
Mary didn't tell me if there was any more paranormal activity unfolding in their home, but nobody could explain these sightings this evening. Mysterious.
I don't see anything. Now, apparently the kids see something. The little ones see, yeah. No, don't treat your kids like that. You know, if they're upset about something, don't just snap at them. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm sorry I nodded off there. Oh man, I'm awake now. I promise. All right, now we're gonna move on to the next one. Nuke's Top 5. Here's the top 10 scary videos of ghosts caught on camera. And yes, I promise I'm doing better. I'm awake. So without further ado, away we go.
A single mother of a 3-year-old daughter has recently moved into an old Victorian house in Cardiff, England. Soon after moving in, Shireen's daughter, little Ilea, begins to complain about a man with a, quote, bad head and bad eyes, who marches through the upstairs hallway.
Bad head and bad eyes. Yeah. No, please don't do that, Sean. That'll probably wake me up.
What is it?
Bad eyes.
Bad eyes?
Yeah. Bad eyes.
Bad eyes.
Yeah.
Where?
Guys.
Upstairs. No, we're not doing this.
Shireen decides to take a look into the history of the old house and discovers that it was built on an ancient battleground from all the way back in 1485. The worried mother now believes that her daughter might be seeing the spirit of a soldier who fought in battle. Shireen installs a security camera in the hallway just to see what's going on. Then one night after dark, this happens.
Ooh. Whoop, she's out of there. Ooh.
Yeah. Come on now, move it out. Mom, Dad.
What is it?
Dad.
What?
Dad.
Scared of what? Who is it?
No.
Is someone there?
Yeah, Dad. Dad. Eyes. 2 eyes. Dad. 2 eyes. Head. Back.
Hi.
Eye.
Okay. Hiya. Is he doing anything? What's he doing? Right, see you later, Mr. Soldier Man. What? Are you laughing at him? Is he being funny? Is he being funny? That's good, isn't it? You're still looking at someone. Oh my god, she's... What? No, please don't. No,
guys. Stop. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry, you just scared Mummy. Sorry, you just scared Mummy. It's not scary. It's not scary. He's a funny friend, isn't he? He's a funny friend. Yeah. Yeah.
Too eerie.
Well, yeah, maybe that's. It sounds like they do have a residual haunting, or a legitimate haunting. I mean, it sounds like they do have a legitimate haunting, and it looks like whoever it is, the ghost of the soldier or the knight or whoever, he realizes he scared her, and maybe he's trying to show her that, hey, I don't mean any harm. I don't mean any harm. You know, I'm not a tormentor. I'm a protector. You know, which is good. Which is good. If someone like that, if a ghost like that does try to show you or children that, hey, I don't mean you any harm, I promise. And that's a good sign. So, oh man. Oh, she was adorable, wasn't she? Oh man. She reminds me of daughter of one of my friends when she was that age. Oh, she was adorable. Her mom's kind of hot too.
Breaths can be heard loud enough that they are picked up by the hallway security camera.
What is up with that? Yeah, Mom's like, nope.
Shortly after this, little Ilea once again complains about the man with the, quote, bad head and 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Shireen says that originally she completely fell in love with the charming Victorian home, but now has second thoughts about staying. She says she's worried about the safety of her daughter. So is little 3-year-old Ilea seeing something that we just can't? You decide.
I think
Graveyard.
she is. I think she is seeing something that we can't. Because most kids can see things that we grown-ups can't. So they're more in tune to the spirit world than we are. You know, they can see things that we can't. You know, if your kid is if your child sees something in the house that you can't, and if it makes them uneasy, or if it scares them, you know, don't just wave it away. Trust your kids, okay, guys? Trust your children. Trust your children and trust your pets. If they react like something's wrong, something's probably wrong. But anyway, moving along.
This next video was posted to the internet by an account that is devoted to sharing videos of large boats and seafaring vessels. In one video, we see a graveyard of old cruise ships that have been run aground and left abandoned on a beach somewhere in Turkey. But there's something else. Something that a sharp-eyed Nukes Top 5 viewer spotted in the video. Watch closely.
Oh man, what a shame. They just can't, I mean, they can't be reworked or anything like that, or just left to rot. What a shame. What a shame. They look like good cruise ships.
Did you see it?
No.
On board the rusting old cruise ship on the right, someone or something can be seen walking around inside. Even though the ship is completely abandoned, no one is on board, and there's not even any access to get on the ship. So could this mysterious figure be the ghost of someone who didn't survive their voyage?
Might have been.
Let me know what you think.
And someone's living
The
there.
Night Visitor. A woman named Shay works as an overnight office cleaner at a mid-sized company in Indiana. Shay says that she often works alone in the large office building and that this can sometimes get just a little bit creepy. But this one particular night, things are about to get absolutely terrifying.
Yo, okay, so tell me why I'm at work and I was about to take out the trash and I just got a text from the lady who works here, and she said, "Hey Shay, just want to let you know that everyone has left, so you can go vacuum the other side." I was like, "Okay, yes ma'am." And she said, "Just me there?" No, I asked her, I said, "Just me there?" She's like, "Yes." Yo, I'm scared as because when I went outside, there are no cars out there besides my work van. And I'm so scared. So tell me why, if I'm the only one here, who the f is this? Like, who the f is that? Like, y'all, I'm not tripping. That's somebody in that room and they just sitting there. Who the f is that? Like, they just sitting there. Bro, I'm about to f***ing call because I'm like, how the and I just call her. I say, "Hey, you sure I'm the only one here?" She's like, "Yeah, look at the cameras. You're the only one there. I'm seeing about the cars there." And I said, "Someone is in one of the booths." And she was like, "In the booths?" I was like, "Yeah, someone is in one of the booths." What the What the Y'all, ain't no lock on this f***ing door. Hey, oh, there's no lock on this door.
Okay.
But you know I'm black, right? And I don't play that shit. Alright, I'm gonna tough it up and check open the door.
I doubt you're gonna do that much damage with her assistant.
Nope.
She's not there anymore.
Nope.
She's not there anymore.
Nope.
Oh.
Hell no, cause nope.
Shay is supposed to be all alone in the building, but someone or something seems to be sitting in a chair pressed right up against a glass door at the end of the hall. They're not moving, and they're not reacting. Shay hides in the closet, gathers her courage, and then heads out to confront the person. But there's no one there. With that, Shay has had about enough. She calls her supervisor to come check out the office building for an intruder, or whatever this is. And Shay takes the back stairs and exits the building. But here is where it gets really weird, because Shay's supervisor comes and checks out the entire building and finds no one there. Also, her supervisor reviews the security camera footage that monitors anyone entering or leaving the building. And whoever this person was, they never left. This person never showed up on any of the building's security cameras. We need scary videos, so if you see something scary that you think would be perfect for the top 5, send it to me at nukestop5@gmail.com. Off the wall.
Okay, well, it's either a ghost or it's a squatter. And they have a secret entrance into the building. They come and sit down and watch TV. I don't know. Off the wall.
In an email sent to me by Nuke's Top 5 viewer Ricardo, he told me about a trip he and his brother took to the historic Fort of San Felipe in Bacalar, Mexico. On the trip, Ricardo filmed a video with his old Nokia potato phone, and he and his brother can be seen exploring the massive old 1700s fortress. They accidentally catch something that they just can't explain.
Well, I have to say this for potato phone, potato 99 phone. That's a pretty good picture right there.
Mira la reparación moderna. Ah, sí.
Whoa, what was that?
Did you see it?
Yeah, what
In
the?
a dangerous section of the historic fortress that's closed off to tourists, A strange brown figure can be seen on the grass and seemingly climbing or floating right over the wall. Now, I've carefully inspected this clip. I've slowed it down and I've even sharpened and enhanced the potato quality as much as I could, but I still have no idea what this is. So, I leave it up to you. The Royal Arcade. You can stop by if you are a paranormal investigator. Emma from the YouTube channel To Investigate UK reached out to us about a creepy video they captured while investigating the Royal Arcade in Keighley, West Yorkshire, England. The Royal Arcade is an historic underground shopping center built in 1901. The upper floors of the Royal Arcade were eventually renovated. However, the dingy old underground stores and rooms were left untouched. These buildings, with their dark history, still look almost exactly the same as they did in the early 1900s. Emma says that she and her group were doing a spirit box session in what was once the shop of a horse saddler. In this area, the spirit of a grumpy old man named Billy is said to wander around. What happens next is truly creepy.
Make that bang again. Please stop. Why do you want us to stop?
Ooh.
Emma and her group are shocked to see what looks like a figure moving through a lens flare caught on their phone. The investigators try to recreate and even debunk what they captured, but they just can't reproduce this strange silhouette of a person moving. So just what is this? I leave it up to you to decide. A dark park in the San Pedro Mall. Security guard Johan Zimmel is working the night shift at the San Pedro Mall in San Jose, Costa Rica.
Sounds like he just wants to be left alone.
When he spots something truly chilling.
Ooh, what is that?
Fíjate detrás tuyo.
Shadow person. Okay, that's... And he felt that. He felt that.
Correcto, correcto. Aquí salió algo raro. Mae, y véngate mejor.
A security camera pointed at the mall's parking structure captures the moment a dark, shifty silhouette of a person can be seen approaching an unsuspecting man. The man turns around as if he hears or feels something, but no one's there. And the weird figure seems to have just disappeared into thin air. After the security footage was released online, many former employees of the mall came forward to share their own personal paranormal experiences from their days working there. Many of these former workers claim that the mall is haunted after someone passed away on the 4th floor of the parking structure. Lights out. One afternoon, Rachel Navarro is home alone in her New York City apartment. Due to maintenance issues, the power in her building has temporarily been shut off. And this is when things just start to get really weird.
Okay, hi. Sorry, I'm just watching something, but literally, hold on. There's no electricity in our place right now, okay? Turned it off, but I swear, shite. Okay, this door, Jesus, has been doing this literally all day. And look, that's shite. Oh my god. Okay, looking. Hello? Hold on. I'm going out there. Hold on, there's no light. Oh, I turned the flash on because I couldn't see shite out there. I have my epic mace.
Yeah, you can tell she's having that.
Blood of Jesus. Jesus.
I don't think he has anything to do with this here.
Okay, this door always moves because of the wind. I'm not really worried about that. Hello? It's like mad dark if I don't.
What? Okay, wow.
Oh,
whoa.
Jesus. No.
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 Rachel's front door is shaking on its own, and when she looks through the peephole, something can be seen moving around on the other side. She grabs her pepper spray and opens the door, but no one there. Just her creepy, pitch-black hallway. Then Rachel hears what sounds like someone breathing and whispering in the hallway.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Jesus.
Understandably, she turns around and heads right back inside. As a Nuke Stop 5 viewer, Rachel decided to email us about her creepy experience. To this day, she still has no idea what was going on in her hall. No vacancy. This next creepy video was recorded at a small hotel in the desolate countryside of Mexico. Now, for years, the staff working at the hotel have witnessed and experienced unexplainable activity, usually when they're all alone. One day, a housekeeper notices someone standing at the window of hotel room number 30, even though the room should be vacant and completely empty. The housekeeper immediately notifies the hotel manager, but they find no evidence of anyone inside that empty room. That is, until later that same day.
Aquí más cerquita. Sí, miren, ahí se ve, se alcanza a ver una cara. Unos ojos. Vamos a ver. Vamos a ver a esa habitación.
Oh, that's creepy.
Estamos subiendo las escaleras porque desde ahí es donde estábamos viendo que se veía. Aquí ya no se ve nada, a lo mejor por el reflejo de la luz. Y vamos a ver en la habitación. Aquí está la cama, porque esta es una habitación pequeña. Aquí pues no se ve nada. Y aquí está la tele, donde estábamos, donde se supone que se veía, pero no se ve nada. No entiendo por qué estoy...
As the manager approaches the hotel room, a pale face with hollow eyes can be seen peering down at her through the hotel window. The manager hurries upstairs and into the room, but she discovers that the face, or whatever it was, has disappeared. But then something moves, making a loud sound and sending the frightened woman rushing right out of the room. Now, the hotel staff believes that they have caught evidence that their small hotel in Mexico is haunted.
Yeah.
But is it real, or is it all just an elaborate hoax?
I don't
You
know.
decide.
Well, this is either staged, and if it was staged, that's one hell of a stage, guys. And if it's real, sounds like you guys got at you a paranormal prankster who likes scaring the staff, or likes pulling pranks on the staff.
In a flash, there's a lightning storm just outside Amanda Knowles' house in Iowa.
Oh,
she looks out her front
yeah.
window and notices something truly bizarre.
Please tell me y'all see this. Just watch. Watch straight out into that yard. Look, you see it? Look.
Yeah.
And it happens again. Look. Look. See? Man, I'm telling you right now. Ignore my dogs. But look, man, I think it's time to move.
A strange white figure can be seen standing in the grass across the street from where Amanda lives. But whoever or whatever this is, it appears and then just disappears as the storm rages on. Some viewers of Amanda's creepy video wonder if the electrical energy in the air could have somehow helped make a paranormal presence visible. But whatever this is, Amanda says she is spooked. The Old Baraboo Inn. Paranormal investigator Ian from the YouTube channel Midwest Ghost Hunter sets out to investigate the allegedly haunted Old Baraboo Inn located in the scenic city of Baraboo, Wisconsin. The inn was built in 1864 and functioned as a tavern and a brothel. Over the years, the seedy inn became a regular hangout for many underworld figures like Al Capone and other notorious gangland criminals. Over the years, it is said that many people fell victim to the inn's sinister clientele, and many men and even women have lost their lives here. Today, the Old Baraboo Inn is said to be extremely haunted, especially in the basement, where it is said that many men were chained to a pole and executed by the mob. That pole still stands today, a remnant of the building's horrific past. So, investigator Ian decides to spend a night at the inn, planning to investigate all the paranormal claims. It's still early into the night and Ian is exploring the Baraboo Inn's bar area when things start to get a little spooky.
Are there any spirits hanging out at this bar tonight? I heard this place is supposed to be really haunted. Could you show me what they're talking about? The stories of strange things happening? I'd like to see it for myself. Is there anybody here that could do that for me? Ooh. That sound came from over there. That scared me. Hello? If that was you, could you make that sound again? Oh, jeez. Ooh. Okay, I'm hearing all kinds of weird sounds in here.
Ian continues his investigation and heads into the inn's kitchen. But what happens next is truly bizarre.
If there's anyone in here, could you show yourself? What the f was that? Hello? Oh, holy shit! Oh my god, something just got thrown. What the hell was that? Look at that. What the f is that? Oh my god, that's like a spoon. It's on the floor. Like, how is that even possible? I don't know. I don't know how to explain any of this. Everything that is happening to me right now is far beyond what I was expecting from this place.
Ian is freaked out as kitchen utensils can be heard moving on their own, and a ladle is thrown onto the floor. But the worst is still yet to come, because next Ian heads down into the basement, the most actively haunted area of the Old Baraboo Inn.
This is the room. Oh god, there it is. You see that? That is the pole. The execution pole. If the mobsters took you in this room, you knew you were done for. Just imagine what would be going through those victims' minds as they're being dragged into this room and placed here. And if you look closely here, you can see all the different bullet holes. You see that? There's a bullet hole right there. Right there.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Right
They're just
there.
all over this
man,
pole.
they are all over the place.
And those are blood stains seeping through the paint.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Sean.
It's super tense in
Oh,
here.
Star Chaser. Ooh.
Sounds like somebody's down here with me.
Who's out there? Oh, God. Holy shit. I don't know how much more of this I can take. It's coming from this room. Again. The pole room. I can hear you over there. I know you're down here. I don't think it's the same spirit. At all. Kind of getting that heavy, bad feeling again. If you're one of the mobsters, make another sound. Oh, God. Jeez. This is the last spirit I want to encounter right now.
No, you do not.
Could you do it again a little louder?
Oh, whoa! Look at that.
Oh, my God. That was a black mass. Okay, I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here.
You should
It's
run.
a freaking dead end over here. I can't
run.
get out this way.
Ian is terrified as he sees a dark shadow-like figure move near the infamous execution pole in the basement. He's able to calm himself down enough to follow the dark figure, but he finds nothing and no one to explain what he just saw. Soon after this creepy event, Ian decides that he's had about enough, and he just heads home. You can see this full investigation with many more scary moments over on the YouTube channel, Midwest Ghost Hunter.
There's that one. Okay, guys, one more. You wonder. One more, guys. And I'm going to call it a night for right now. Alright, one more video. It's gonna be from Goose Pimples. So 7 ghost videos scarier than your 2022 yourself haircut. All right then. Well, okay. Oh, Star Chaser. All right then. Well, let's see what this has to offer. Alright. I might do something later. I gotta prep up my resumes and my cover letters and all for tomorrow because I'm not gonna head out real early. But the campus has of all things, the campus has a career fair tomorrow, so I'm gonna see if I can get lucky and maybe find a bite somewhere. I don't know. I guess we'll have to say. Yeah, I know. That's a weird. Yeah, I know, Sean. That's one of the weirdest titles I've ever heard. 7 ghost videos scarier than your 2020 DIY haircut. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. You guys ready? I know I am. So without further ado, away we go.
Number 7. Ghost caught on camera. There are tons of ghost videos out there, but this one, easily one of the creepiest. On a fateful day, the YouTube channel Fourth Wall, known for diving headfirst into all things paranormal, got an email from a young woman named Kyoko. Kyoko was a young widow, and she lost her husband in the house they lived in for over a decade. But after his passing, things started to get seriously creepy. So unsettling, in fact, that she moved out for over a year. It was like some ancient curse had taken over. Despite the weird vibes though, Kyoko couldn't let go. This was the place where she shared so many memories with the love of her life. So she reached out to Fourth Wall, hoping they could bring some psychics and dig into the secret that seemed to be lurking there. This case piqued Fourth Wall's interest, and they didn't waste any time. Their rep, Miguru, showed up 5 days later to check things out, and what he caught on camera, downright chilling. Take a look.
箱が出てきたのが原因というのはどういうことなんでしょうか。これが押し入れです。これが京子さんが言ってた箱だと思います。
Ooh. Whoa. What the? Hello.
What you just saw, definitely not normal. Meguro was investigating a box Kyoko had mentioned. A box she never opened, believing it held some kind of secret. As he was checking it out, Meguro got this intense feeling like he wasn't alone in the room. That's why he moved so fast, trying to figure out who or what might be lurking in that abandoned house with him. But let's take a closer look. With the way that thing vanished, it's pretty obvious. Whatever it is, it does not want to be found. Before Meguro left though, he wasn't done yet. He set up night vision cameras in multiple rooms around the house, and that's when he caught this.
Footsteps. Ooh. What in the world?
開けてみようかと思ってます。ちょっと待って。ちょっ
After witnessing this weird stuff, it's hard to shake the idea this house is definitely haunted. Fort Hall eventually learned that before Kyoko bought the property, it was owned by a real estate agent named Mr. K. Interestingly, Mr. K had also lived there, and just like Kyoko's husband, Mr. K's partner passed away in that very house. They performed an exorcism on the property and opened the mysterious box. It contained a ring that once belonged to Mr. K's late ex-fiancée, but that just raises more questions. What's haunting this house? Could it be the spirit of Kyoko's husband? Or maybe Mr. K's late fiancée?
Yeah. Maybe
Hey,
both.
what do you think of the new design? Dark, isn't it?
That is dark.
You better hurry up because the Halloween edition ends on the 7th of November, and once it's gone forever. Number 6. Chilling nightmares. There aren't many times when the moving shape of a ghost gets caught on camera, but in this video, you're about to witness something pretty rare. This guy is out in the woods, busy with some logs, sampling and weighing them right in front of a structure that looks a bit like a bunker. Maybe he's prepping for an apocalypse. Who knows? But while he's focused on his work, there's something going on in the background. Something downright chilling. Take a look.
Сучья, но это тоже тяжеловато. Ну, как бы это затратно, нахера это делать? Поэтому вот так вот я частенько просто сшибаю, обшибаю, короче, и готовые полено получаются. Это тоже заморочки. Вот, казалось бы,
Did you catch that?
Yeah,
Look closely.
barely.
What looks like a transparent, ghostly figure can be seen strolling through the snow, and you can even spot the snow getting kicked up. Did this guy actually catch a spirit on camera while just filming a chilling camping video, or is it something else entirely? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Number 5. The Strange Dog. While chilling at her roommate's place, Susan thought she'd catch a cute moment of their dog being, well, a dog. Maybe get some good old roommate material for laughs. But when she hit record, she had no idea she was about to catch something straight out of a horror movie. Listen carefully.
Kobe, what happened to you? What is that? Come on, Kobe, let's go. Come on. What is on you? Are you okay? What is on you? Kobe, come on. Kobe. What is this? What the... How did this happen?
Whoa,
Kobe.
what the...
Kobe. How did this happen? Come here. Look. Boy, your mama is, well, gonna lose her damn.
The footage is pretty ordinary at first. The dog looks guilty as ever, surrounded by the shredded comforter it just destroyed. But things take a quick turn to the creepy side.
What is on you? Are you okay? What is on you?
Right when the camera zooms in on the dog's face, you can hear a whisper, "Let me in." And no, this isn't just some over-the-imaginative hearing trick. This whisper is there, faint but undeniable.
What is on you?
Right as Susan says, "Are you okay?" Like something was actually answering her. The dog's high-pitched whimpering almost makes it sound like it's responding. But here's the kicker. Even after all the skepticism about the background noises, the whisper doesn't sound like the dog at all. Plus, check out the fluff on the bed. It moved on its own. Now, I'm all for a rational explanation, but there's only so many coincidences. a person can handle. If the dog is trying to release a vengeful spirit trapped in that comforter, I be getting some sage real quick. But whether it's just a trick of the mind or a genuine ghostly encounter, this one has all the hair-raising chills you could want. What do you think? Is there really something or someone trying to be let in? Let us know in the comments.
What is on you?
Number 4. Ghost in tennis court. Everything was fun and games on the tennis court. The players kept smashing the ball back and forth. The energy was high. The crowd was cheering. But then, something weird happened that had everyone pausing in confusion. Take a look at this bizarre moment that stopped the game in its tracks. Headshot. Jokes aside though, did you catch it? No. Well, he did.
Oh.
But seriously, how weird was that? It appears people watching were not startled by this ghost-like movement. No one seemed to be startled
like they're
or
used
flustered.
to it.
Maybe they just didn't see it after all. But at least one player saw it, and he doesn't seem pleased. As if it was just an annoying fly, he smacked that ball right at the ghost, sending it packing to Valhalla or wherever it came from. Was that really a wise move? One thing's for sure, messing with a ghost like that is a bold move. Will it come back for revenge?
Hi Wolf, how you doing?
Number 3. Haunted church. Ever been to an abandoned place at night with no one around? Yeah, probably not. And after seeing this footage, you might want to keep it that way. Here's what we know. Chris, the fearless adventurer from Urbex Hill, is always on the hunt for eerie spots that others avoid.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Chris Hill, Urbex Hill, he's got more guts than I do. He's got more guts than I do. Oh man. Jeez. I've seen some of his videos. I'll have to see if I can't react to some of his videos that he's had. Man, some of his videos that he's had, they have been just absolutely insane. But nah, you ain't gonna catch me all alone in an industrial building or abandoned area all by myself at night. No, there's too much. That's too much of a chance for something bad to happen or something to go wrong. Yeah, that ain't gonna be me.
He'd heard rumors about an old abandoned church tucked away in a remote corner of Idaho. Naturally, Chris couldn't resist. This was right up his alley. So, he packed his gear, including the night vision cameras, and set off to explore. He placed the cameras in key corners of the church, fully expecting just a quiet night of filming. But what he didn't know was that he was about to make one of the biggest mistakes of his life. Pay close attention as you watch the full 3 minutes of footage without jump cuts, because we found this one truly unexplainable. See if you can figure it out.
That's weird.
Oh yeah, the door closes. Yeah, I've seen this one.
Oh shit.
shut on its own. Yeah, that's him.
That doesn't open. That was super loud.
Yes, it was.
That door wasn't closed. At least I don't think it was.
There he is.
What does that say? I think that noise was from outside. Yeah. That was somebody outside. Speaking of that, I'm about to go explore those houses. Oh shit. There's a whole nother upstairs. Shit, anybody can be in this church. All you need is a ladder. That's crazy. Alright. I'm gonna let the cameras keep recording. I'm gonna go explore those houses.
What's really interesting here is that we get both perspectives of the room. No jump cuts, no way for someone to sneak off camera between the door slamming shut and Chris getting there. Chris even walks us through the whole room, showing every nook and cranny, and there's no one to be found. But that's not even the creepiest part. Listen closely.
That door wasn't closed. At least I don't think it was.
Did you catch that? If you listen closely, you can hear a deep, masculine voice coming from somewhere in the background. This wasn't Chris's voice. By now, we know what his voice sounds like. This was different. Beastly, even like the growl of a ferocious animal ready to pounce.
I think it was.
Honestly, it's a good thing Chris didn't hear it in real time, or he might have been scared out of his frickin' mind, ending up in a hospital bed somewhere, wondering what the heck happened.
There's somebody outside.
Number 2. Mama's Ghost. Elaine was her mother's only child. Tragically, her mother passed away in May 2024. Losing her mum hit Elaine hard, and who could blame her? It's tough to let go of someone who meant everything to you, but as the days blurred into weeks, and weeks into months, she began to find her way through the grief. That was until one day in August, bored one night, Elaine and her roommate were doing what they often did for a laugh, checking the CCTV footage from around the house. Usually, there was nothing interesting, just a bunch of empty rooms. But this time, something on the living room camera caught their eye. Something very strange. If you look closely, there's more than just a shadowy figure moving across the living room. Something shiny, almost like a pair of glasses, is hanging in mid-air. Elaine immediately felt her heart drop. She knew it had to be her mum. The ghostly figure resembled her mother's silhouette, and those glasses, those were her mum's too. The recognition hit her hard, and she broke down, crying for hours. Not even her roommate's attempt to comfort her could ease her sorrow. But strangely, after that moment, she started to find peace. The sadness remained, as it always does when we lose someone we love. But the heaviness of grief had lifted a little. Maybe it really was her mum, showing up to help her find comfort and move on. What do you think? Was this a final, loving goodbye? Let us know in the comments. Number 1. Jeff Kessler. Jeff Kessler was just looking for an escape, a simple camping trip in the woods. After waking up, he had bacon for breakfast, packed his camping gear, and grabbed his trusty camera to document the adventure. He left home in the afternoon, munching on sandwiches along the way, ready for some peace in the wilderness. By nightfall, he was still wandering, trying to find the perfect spot to lay down, and that's when he spotted something, a sight so strange it made him freeze in his tracks. Something lurking that he'd never seen before, something that wasn't supposed to be there. Take a look at what Jeff managed to capture.
I don't know. Are you?
Did you catch that? That pale figure sprinting towards Jeff from the shadows. That was the last thing anyone saw before Jeff vanished into thin air. All that was left behind were his camera and his camping gear, discarded in the heart of the woods. Was it something otherworldly that took Jeff that night? Whatever happened, one thing's for sure, the woods aren't always as empty as they seem, and sometimes what's out there is better left undisturbed.
Alright guys, what did I miss? Oh boy. Oh, did I not off to the rest of the darn thing? Oh my gosh.
For a whisper.
Okay, okay, got that.
And no,
I
this
remember
isn't
that.
just some overly imaginative hearing trick. This whisper was actually answering her. The dog's high-pitched whimpering almost makes it sound like it's responding. But here's the kicker. Even after all the skepticism about the background noises, the whisper doesn't sound like the dog at all. Plus, check out the fluff on the bed. It moved on its own. Now, I'm all for a rational explanation, but there's only so many coincidences a person can handle. If the dog is trying to release a vengeful spirit trapped in that comforter, I be getting some sage real quick.
Yeah.
But whether it's just a trick of the mind or a genuine ghostly encounter, this one has all the hair-raising chills you could want. What do you think? Is there really something or someone trying to be let in? Let us know in the comments.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, like I said before, trust your pets and trust your kids. If they're acting weird, definitely listen to them. Especially listen to your kids. And especially, and especially if your dog or cat are acting strange, if they're pointed to a certain area of the house and they're whimpering or they're growling, trust them. There's something wrong. Yes, Sean, I dozed off.
Number 4. Ghost in tennis court.
Okay,
everything was fun and games on the tennis court.
Oh yeah,
the players kept smashing the ball. Something weird happened.
Yeah, I remember seeing this a long time ago. This is an old video. And here it comes. He sees
Headshots.
that. He sees.
Jokes aside, though, did you catch it? No. Well,
he sees that.
No, but seriously, how weird was that?
That
it
was
appeared
very
people
weird.
watching
It's
were
almost
not
like they
startled by this
expect.
ghost-like
They're not
movement.
surprised at
No
all.
one seemed to be startled or flustered. Maybe they just didn't see it after all. But at least one player saw it, and he doesn't seem pleased. As if it was just an annoying fly. He smacked that ball right at the ghost, sending it packing to Valhalla or wherever it came from. But was that really a wise move? One thing's for sure.
Not.
Messing with a ghost like that is a bold move. Will it come back for revenge?
I'm not sure what that
Number 3. Haunted church. Ever been to an abandoned place at night?
Okay,
with no
yeah,
one
Urbex,
wanting
I'll
to
go
including
close,
he did
yeah.
with
Okay, yeah. And I've seen this, guys, I have seen this entire video all the way through from his website. It is creepy, man. Right, yeah. Do that. Yeah. Coming out. Like I said, I'm sorry, guys, for nodding off.
That door wasn't closed.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it wasn't closed.
What does that say?
Okay.
I think that noise was from outside.
Right. Well, that door did close on him. Of its own. Well, it didn't close by itself. Some sort of paranormal force closed it.
Yeah. That was somebody outside. Speaking of that, I'm about to go explore those houses. Oh shit. There's a whole nother upstairs. Shit, anybody can be in this church.
Yeah. And that's the dangerous
All you
part.
need is a ladder.
That's the dangerous part.
That's crazy. Alright. I'm gonna let the cameras keep recording. I'm gonna go explore those houses.
sorry, guys. I didn't mean to nod off.
What's really interesting here is that we get both perspectives of the room.
Mm-hmm. It is. Something shuts the door. And there's nobody there.
No jump cuts. No way for someone to sneak off camera between the door slamming shut and Chris getting there. Chris even walks us through the whole room, showing every nook and cranny, and there's no one to be found. But that's not even the creepiest part. Listen closely.
That door wasn't closed. At least I don't think it was.
Ooh. That's not good.
Did you catch that? If you listen closely, you can hear a deep, masculine voice coming from somewhere in the background. This wasn't Chris's voice.
No.
By now, we know what his voice sounds like. This was different. Beastly, even like the growl of a ferocious animal ready to pounce.
I think it was.
Honestly, it's a good thing Chris didn't hear it in real time, or he might have been scared out of his frickin' mind, ending up in a hospital bed somewhere, wondering what the heck happened.
There's somebody outside.
What was that?
Number 2. Mama's Ghost. Elaine was her mother's only child. Tragically, her mother passed away in May 2024. Losing her mum hit Elaine hard, and who could blame her? It's tough to let go of someone who meant everything to you, but as the days blurred into weeks, and weeks into months, she began to find her way through the grief. That was until one day in August, bored one night, Elaine and her roommate were doing what they often did for a laugh, checking the CCTV footage from around the house. Usually, there was nothing interesting, just a bunch of empty rooms, but this time, something on the living room camera caught their eye. Something very strange.
Oh.
If you look closely, there's more than just a shadowy figure moving across the living room. Something shiny, almost like a pair of glasses, is hanging in mid-air. Elaine immediately felt her heart drop. She knew it had to be her mum. The ghostly figure resembled her mother's silhouette, and those glasses, those were her mum's too. The recognition hit her hard, and she broke down, crying for hours. Not even her roommate's attempt to comfort her could ease her sorrow. But strangely, after that moment, she started to find peace. The sadness remained, as it always does when we lose someone we love. But the heaviness of grief had lifted a little. Maybe it really was her mum, showing up to help her find comfort and move on. What do you think? Was this a final, loving goodbye? Let us know in the comments.
It might have been.
Number 1. Jeff Kessler. Jeff Kessler was just looking for an escape, a simple camping trip in the woods.
And this is a true story, guys. This is a true story. You know, this guy went off in the woods and he just disappeared. They found his camcorder, and this is the footage that it caught, and they never saw him again. You know, he went into the woods, he never came back out. They never found him again.
After waking up, he had bacon for breakfast, packed his camping gear, and grabbed his trusty camera to document the adventure. He left home in the afternoon, munching on sandwiches along the way, ready for some peace in the wilderness. By nightfall, he was still wandering, trying to find the perfect spot to lay down. And that's when he spotted something, a sight so strange it made him freeze in his tracks. Something lurking that he'd never seen before. Something that wasn't supposed to be there.
No.
Take a look at what Jeff managed to capture. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
That pale figure sprinting towards Jeff from the shadows. That was the last thing anyone saw before Jeff vanished into thin air. All that was left behind were his camera and his camping gear, discarded in the heart of the woods. Was it something otherworldly that took Jeff that night? Whatever happened, one thing's for sure, the woods aren't always as empty as they seem, and sometimes what's out there is better left undisturbed.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, man. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't mean to doze off. But there we go. That's all the videos. That's all the videos I'm going to do tonight. Like I've done enough. Oh, good. Wow. Wow. Man, it's almost 9 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, I need to stop and, I need to stop and discuss figure out what my dad and I are going to have for dinner real quick. And, then I've got like I said, I've got my resumes to print out and my cover letters to print out for tomorrow. Like I said, I'm not going to get out there too early. Probably around 10 or 10:30. And I'm going to go to the career fair and see what I can do there. See if I can't catch a bite. So, wish me luck, guys. So, alright, guys. That's enough for tonight. I'm going to get me, next time I'm on here, and there will be a next time, it'll probably be on tomorrow afternoon. And I'll be a little livelier. And we're going to do some more spooky stuff. What it is, I'm not sure, but we'll figure something out. Okay, guys, that's all for tonight. But yes, I will have some more this Halloween week. I might even have an after Halloween scare fest. I don't know. We'll see. Until then, I will see you guys. That's a little late, Sean. But yeah, seriously though, I'll see you guys later. And I'll see you in the next video. And yeah, there will be there'll be some more videos later on. So until then, and good night for now, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, you guys stay safe, stay awesome.